Hello, this is Roshni Venugopal, UR14CS121, and this is my Web Technology Lab experiment number 9. Here we'll be working with AJAX. So, in this experiment, we are going to make a registration page, and in the registration page, we are going to check the username availability using AJAX. So first, we will look at the code over here. So this is my first index.php where I have the form, the sign up form, and here I have the code for the AJAX. So let's see how it works first. This is my username page, and here I'll type check if username exists or not. So suppose I write Mark. So Mark, this username already exists in the database and it says to try a new one. So in the database we can see that there is already a name Mark entered. Now if suppose I want to enter some name. So suppose I enter Steph. So Steph, this name does not exist in the in the database, and that we can continue. So steph@gmail.com, password I'm giving steph123. So when I retype the password, only if I retype this password correctly and submit the form, it will get registered. And if we check in the database, it has been added to the database. Now suppose if I enter the password wrongly, suppose I want to enter the name Stephen, the username does not exist. As we saw in the database, the username does not exist, and we can make a username. So password I'm giving 123. Now while typing the retyping the password, if I do it incorrectly, suppose here I typed only 12 and submit the form, it will tell us to recheck our password. So let's see how this works. So this is my index page, and over here I have given the form and and here I have the AJAX page, AJAX function. Here in the username we have given on blur check user this dot value. So this function, inside this function, this dot value, the whatever the person types in the text box, that value will be given for the function as a parameter. So this function gets evoked. Now let's see what is in the function. In the function, the string is taken, whatever the value the username enters is given as parameter, and it will be taken for AJAX coding. Now over here, first we have created a HTML request object, and that we have opened it. Using get, we will be doing this AJAX communication with the server, and 1.php it will the coding for AJAX has been given in 1.php for the username existence checking, and the synchronous, it is asynchronous, that is why we have given it true, asynchronous communication. Now we have opened and then sent the HTML request object. Now we will check a function has been given that if on ready state change. Now whenever the state changes, it will check if the ready state is equal to 4 meaning the server has the response text and it is ready to send it, and this dot status, if it is equal to 200, this means it is okay and it is ready to send. Now if these both conditions are satisfied, only then in our division txt over here, the response text will be sent and displayed. Now let us check what is in 1.php. In 1.php we are going to select, so we are saving the username into a variable input, and over here we have created a connection object using localhost, root as the username, password is empty, and WEB9 is our database. So if the input, that is if the name that we have entered is not equal to null, then only this will execute. So we have this is the select statement, and we are putting it in a string. We are passing it to SQL, and my SQL query, it will after connecting to the bit database, when we execute this MySQL query connection object comma the query, this will get executed. The select statement will get executed, and the answer for it will get stored in the result variable. Now over here we'll see that while this in a while loop we are giving fetch array of the result. So whatever things we have selected, those will be put into an array, and the array object is A. Now if over here we will check A of 0 if will be put into the variable hint. So hint, at first it is blank. Over here we can see that. Now if hint is assigned with the A of 0, whatever is in A of 0. Now outside the if loop we are checking if we are checking that if hint, that is over here, is equal to empty, that means A of 0 is empty, then username does not exist. So that basically means that what we haven't selected anything from the user from the database, and the username does not exist. But if it is not equal to blank, that means that the username already exists and we have to try a new one. And I have closed the connection over here. Now in the index page we see that when the form is submitted, it will be directed to 2.php. So let's check what is in 2.php. Over here we have saved all the text fields into variables respectively. And now if all the variables are true, has some value in it, so this has some value in it, then the if loop will continue. So now inside the if loop we have given if password is equal to repassword. So as I told before, if the password is equal to the retyped password, then only this will execute. If not, it will echo recheck your password. So if it is equal, then we will establish a connection again with the same database, and we will select the DB WEB9. Then the query is insert into value into user, the data, the name of the table is user, and we are inserting the values given by the user over here, and then the result, it is stored in the query, and the query is executed using MySQLi query. And if the result is not equal to 1, that is if it is if the query has not been executed, then an error will show. Otherwise it will show you have registered successfully. So this is my lab experiment number 9. Thank you.